For Activity 3, final reflection of Module 9, Unit 4, I chose to do a YouTube video. Wanted to just use my reflection in a video format. I'll go over my 10 new insights that I gained from this module, and then also the 10 things that I plan to implement in my classroom after what we've learned. So starting with the 10 new insights, the first one that really stuck out to me was the before, during, and after reading exercises. So I guess growing up, I never had that experience. It was usually just afterwards, and all you were trying to do is make a comment so you felt like the teacher knew that you read. But I think if there would have been a spark of interest before I read and maybe a little bit more during my reading, I feel like my comprehension would have been better. The second one on the new insights from this module, the whole language, that was a big eye-opener for me. The importance of literacy just in general. I know in the VCs we talked a lot about kids that just struggled in different subjects and struggled in reading and writing, and how much of those different subjects like math, a math test, and understanding the question is all literacy based. The fourth one was the shared reading. I feel like students, when we do shared reading and everybody can take their turn, it does help. As a group, we can try to comprehend everything together. The importance of writing. I hated writing papers growing up, but being able to research and have ideas and then getting them onto paper, and how important that is for communication. Using good books. As I chose my books for some of the activities, books were books that applied to what I wanted the students to learn. I felt like I had to be selective and choose the right books, and the impact that those books would have on the students would be a great impact. The next one was number 7, was just the questions, making sure that we have questions before, during, and after, and coming up with those questions. And that was something that through the activities, formulating those questions as a teacher is difficult, and that was a new insight for me. Number 8 that I chose, patience. I feel like learning literacy takes a ton of patience, and I guess learning anything takes a lot of patience, but as a new teacher, I definitely have to get a lot more patient, especially helping some of the ESL students in my classes and helping them communicate and become more literate. Number 9, the assessments. So, for this last project, for this last unit, and then throughout all the units, just the assessments and how that helps for comprehension and what you choose. I know some of my peers chose great assessments. I just with presentations and papers and research, and so that plays a big part in literacy and for the students to be able to understand is choosing the right assessments. And then the thing that kind of stuck out to me through this whole module was just kind of my upbringing and my grade school experience of learning how to read and write. And I feel like as teachers now, we're just getting so much better with being patient and taking the time to help everyone, especially the before, during, and after exercises, and helping students really be accountable for learning to love to read. I know my kids are in a lot better situation than I was when I was growing up, and through this module I just thought a lot of everything that I could have done better as I grew up. The 10 things that I chose to change in my class that I think will benefit my class. The first one was never skip out on DEAR. So every day we have Drop Everything and Read. It's right after fifth hour, and that's my girls' fitness class, and they have 10 minutes to read. And I think I'll start to use that time to read, and I don't think we'll ever cut that time short after this literacy module. The second thing, just mental training, because I work with all the athletes in the school. I feel like mental training is such a big thing, and most of that is reading and writing and students comprehending and learning from other athletes. So the third one was better communication on my part and on the part of the students. The more literate we are and the more we understand reading and writing, the better communicators will be. Number 4, just mentioned it, better comprehension. I feel like I can have my students better comprehend what I'm trying to teach to them if I'm better in this area of literacy. Number 5, sports books. I feel like in my class I need to incorporate a lot more of, introducing students to these books that can help them on the mental side of the game. ESL students, I plan to help them more with the workouts, the writing on the board, any written tests that we have. I feel like the other 2 peers in my cohort were more grade school teachers, and I think a lot of our ESL students in high school are compared to some of those grade school students as far as English and trying to learn English, and with the reading and writing. I feel like I'm much more prepared with that. And then any written tests that I do, I feel like I'm definitely going to take things from this module and be able to better communicate on those written tests and have the students better understand what those questions are about. Again, being more patient. I feel like I gained a lot of insight in this module on patience and what it takes to have the students learn through some of the videos that we watched, through the activities. Number 9, reading assignments. I think kids can gain so much from reading about everything, but in my class where we're in the gym and these are athletes, I think they can gain so much from reading about other athletes that have been successful. And then the last one, just my own research. I feel like this rejuvenated me, this module did, to look into, for me to be able to read more and to do more research and to try to better understand my subject and to go the extra mile. So these were my ideas, and this is my final reflection. Thanks.